Hi, this is Kai from Kikai Craft, and today we are going to swatch ink samples from the Goulet Pens ink sample set. Now, if you don't know, the first time that you subscribe to Goulet Pens newsletter, they give you a code and you get a free ink sample set the next time you order. And so I got this set for free when I ordered my first box from Goulet Pens. I have 8 samples, okay? And of course I got myself an organic studio as well. So that's basically what we are going to swatch today. So let's start with the Atramentis Whisky Brown Copper. It seems to be a shimmer ink. You see a bit of the shimmer at the bottom. That means we need to shake it a little bit, just so that it goes in. Now, each of these samples would be, I think, maybe 2 milliliters, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let's go for the first one. So these were actually sent to me while I was in Manila, and then it traveled with me as I went back to Jakarta. All right, that's how it looks. Let's go ahead and write down the Atrementis. Okay, Whisky Brown Copper. Copper, and I received this, I think on the, was it the 18th? Oof. Let me just check. When did I receive this? Was it on the 22nd? Yep, on the 22nd of December. All right, and we do want to clip this so that I don't accidentally close it in. And we also want to create some sort of a label for the top of it. Oof. Let me close that. Almost forgot to close it. There we go. We leave that to dry as we play a little bit with this ink. Okay. Looks like a good ink. Quite nice, actually. It's a bit wet, and I think that's like a, let me just zoom you guys in a bit. There. I think that's like a rose gold shimmer it has going for it. Very nice. Okay, this is how it looks on the Traveler's Notebook. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this on top. Perfect size. Okay, now I am labeling all the ink on vials, just so that I see how the color looks without needing to like check everything. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Let's just shift that a little bit for you. Okay, the next one is the Private Reserve Midnight Blue Fast Dry. Wonder how fast this is going to be. Okay, we sort of just shake it a little bit. All right, dip our pen in. Another deep blue. Okay, let's go ahead and swatch it in here as well. And then let's go ahead and log this in. This is a Private Reserve Midnight Blue Fast Dry. Okay, feels nice to write with. Again, received December 2022. In fact, it was received on the 22nd of December 2022. Okay, looks good. I'm already thinking which of my pens would match with this. Okay, quite a nice one. All right, let's go ahead and place that label there. Okay, so now we have 2 of them. Okay, let's go for the next one. The next one is going to be a Pelikan Edelstein Moonstone. Seems to be like a standard ink, no shimmer. All right, let's see how this one looks. All right. This seems to be like the gray. All right. Put that in. Is this really fast drying? Well, it's been absorbed already. Still feels a little damp, but okay, so let's write that in. The Pelikan Edelstein Moonstone. Okay, again, got this on the 22nd of December 2022. Oh, it's quite nice. It's like shading ink. All right, and then on the side. Okay. Let's put this on top. It's like a lighter version, lighter, kind of more grayish version of Cacao do Brazil. At least that's what I have that I can compare it with in my collection. Okay, let's adjust a little bit. Oops. All right. Let's go for the next one then. The next one is a Monteverde Copper Noir. Oof. Looks like it's going to be a reddish brown sort of ink. All right, let's see how this one looks. Can't smooth this sticker. Let's dip that in. Yep, it is some sort of a reddish brown color. Let's write it in. Monteverde. I was thinking it was going to be a little bit darker, but I like the color. I think one thing that I'm learning as I check all these samples is I'm learning which colors I'm really into and which colors I'd prefer to have in my collection. So if you are new to fountain pens, I strongly suggest that you really just get ink vials instead of getting bottles, because, well, you don't really quite know which colors you really want to have bottles of, and the only ones you should get bottles of would be the ones that you really like. Oh, I forgot to draw a line, but I suppose that will be okay. Like, do I think I'll get a bottle of this? Not really, but I like knowing that I know how the color looks. Okay, let's move on. And get a, okay, let me put it in my vial holder. All right, now we have a Diamine Mystique. I think it's gonna be a blue. I mean, that's my guess. All right, let's go ahead and swatch it in. Yep, I think it is a blue. Maybe a blue purple one. Oh, it's a very dark blue, actually. Oh, is it a dark blue? It seems to be a dark violet, a dark purple. Okay, Diamine Mystique. Again. Okay, was it 22nd of December, 2022. While that kind of dries, let me prepare the, all right, let's cap that and not forget to try it out. It's a very wet ink. Okay. Okay. Not a bad color. I do have quite a number of purples already. This is nice though. It's a much darker version, like a darker black blue version. I'd say maybe like a purple black version actually. But it's the kind of, ooh, wait, I think it has shimmer. I don't know if the camera's catching that, but it has some shimmer, not a lot. But yeah, I think it does have some shimmer. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, the last three are Noodlers. So I have Noodlers Polar Green, Noodlers Whaleman's Sepia, and Noodlers Lexington Gray. All right. These are the last three in the ink vial set. Let's go for the green. All right. Let's dip it. Okay. Ooh. The paper is just like absorbing it so quickly. Okay, Noodlers Polar Green. There's a lot of feathering going on. Feels like this is a super wet ink. Okay, let's cap that. Okay, the paper just absorbed it. Let's see how it looks with the sticker. Yep, there's a lot of quick absorption happening. Okay, I would say this particular ink has a fast absorption quality happening. And a lot of feathering. Okay, do you see that? Let me see if I can focus it a bit for you. Yeah, it's a lot of feathering. There isn't a lot here, if you notice. Not on the Midnight Blue, not on the Edelstein, but Noodlers. It just went into the fiber and just spread into it. All right, let's go for the next one. This is Noodler's Whaleman's Sepia, or Sepia. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna have any glitter. Doesn't seem like it, but it seems to be a very dark color. Okay, let's dip this. Okay, I don't want to have a lot of it. Not sure if all Noodlers are as wet. Okay. Oh, this is a nice brown though. Okay, this is not as wet, and it doesn't feather like the Polar Green did. Oh, this one is nice. It's like, it's brown and then it sort of like dries and it becomes a bit black. You notice, right? It's kind of brown, but when it dries up, it becomes a bit more black actually. Okay, let's remove that and place it here and put it away. Okay, that's an interesting color. I like colors that do that. I like inks, I mean, that do that, kind of surprise you. All right, let's go for the last one in this surprise ink vial set. This one is Noodler's Lexington Gray. I have to say this felt a bit drier than the Polar Green. By a bit, I mean quite a bit, because Polar Green felt very wet. All right, this one, I think maybe it's another wet one. Yes. Okay, but it's, wait, let's see. Yeah, this is like the Polar Green. Noodler's Lexington. Okay, if you see, it's like big blobs of ink, just almost dripping onto the paper. Okay, there we go. It's far darker than the Sepia is. Okay, let's put that in. Let's wait for it to dry, as it does. Okay. Yeah, but it's not, it doesn't feather as much as, say, the Polar Green did. And when it dries, it becomes a bit of like a gray. It's like a dark gray, not really a black, more like a dark gray. All right, so this is the selection that I received from the ink files. I had like a, let's put that in the middle. Okay, so, and let's scoop it out, just scoot it out, just a tiny bit for you. Okay, there. All right, so in this set, I received this very nice Whisky Brown Copper. I know, I really like it. I think this might be a very good candidate for the Kasama Una pen that I have been looking for an ink for. Then we have the Midnight Blue, fast dry. In fact, yep, it's quite dry right now. Then we have the Pelikan Edelstein Moonstone, a gray color. Monteverde Copper Noir. This is a nice red. It kind of like the shade sort of shifted. That's nice, I like it. Then we have the Diamine Mystique. It has some shimmer. Okay, not sure if you can see it. There's some shimmer happening there. Then we have the Polar Green, a lot of feathering for that one. The Noodler's Whaleman's Sepia. This is a nice one, I have to say. Maybe nice when you draw or paint. Oof. Okay, and then we have the Noodler's Lexington Gray, which is another very wet ink, very much like the Polar Green. Okay, so for this collection, I think this is my favorite, the Whisky Brown Copper. Followed very closely by the Monteverde Copper Noir and the Diamine Mystique. The rest are nice, they're good to have, good to know, but I don't think I have anything to ink them with. I think they'll just stay in my collection for now. All right, and now that they are fairly dry, let's just go ahead and put a blotting paper there. I am going to try the nitrogen. Oh, look at that. There's a lot of polar green on the next page. Even went all the way to the next page. Huh. That was a very wet ink. Okay, so that means I think that this page will need to be relatively blank, or I need to put something over it to make it just a little bit usable. So I'm just gonna go and try to go for the nitrogen only on this part. Okay, let's just focus and zoom you guys in just a bit more. Wow, that was a very wet one. All right, and let's make sure this is clipped down as well. Okay, then we go for Organic Studio Nitrogen. See, there we go. It's a Nitrogen Royal Blue fountain pen ink. Now, I know I have to be careful with this because I've watched and read up on this, which is why I decided to get one of it. All right, let's open it up. Wow. Okay, it's a very strong blue already. Okay, I'm not gonna put a lot, just a little bit, just so I see how it behaves first. Okay. It's like a deep blue. Okay, let me go ahead and write Organics Studio Nitrogen. And then again, 22nd of December, 2022. Very strong blue. But I have to say, oh, okay, I see a little bit of sheening happening there already. Let me get my coloring. I want to swatch this one. See how it behaves with this paper. Okay, let's dip it a little bit. Okay. A lot. Okay, there's more apparently. Okay, so this is nitrogen, and this is under Organics Studio. I think I want to put just a little bit more here, just to get all that ink out also. All right, I can already see sheen. Okay, make sure the bottle is sealed. I can already see sheen on this one. Okay. All right, and not a lot of sheening on the card yet. There is a little bit of it. You'll see it there when you sort of turn it in the light. Okay, but it's quite strong on the Traveler's Notebook already. All right, reminds me a little bit of Vintas on Dugong Bugao. Has the same blue and pink happening. Here you can see it ever so clearly actually. Okay. And here it's also quite strong, considering that this is a very absorbent paper. All right, so these are the inks that I got from the Goulet Pens box that I that I received last December. And I'm glad to share with you all the inks that I have. I like this nitrogen. It's very nice. So I got myself a nice few coppers in different shades, blues, purples, a lot of grays in different shades. Ooh, can't see it. Let me just, okay, there we go. Yeah, a lot of grays in different shades. Okay, and then I have, well, I have purples and blues, I suppose. So here, the blue is just very clearly seen. Let me just scoot you guys in. Yeah, with a little bit of sheening there. And in the coloring, there's a lot of sheen that's happening with just a hint of the blue base. Okay, well, that's my ink exploration for today. I'm glad that you're here to experience it with me. And if you'd like to join me in more ink explorations, please do subscribe. Leave a comment. Do you have a nitrogen too? And what are your thoughts about it? If you have the Vinta Dugong Bughaw as well, okay, let me just swatch back to that. So the Dugong Bughaw seems to have more red sheen and it's leaning more towards purple, while the nitrogen is leaning more towards blue with almost the same sheen in both. Interesting. Okay, because of the purple, I like Dugong Bughaw just a tiny bit better, but on this paper, yeah, this one looks very good as well. Okay, this is Kai from Kikai Craft. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.